This fuzz has found a nice balance between character and versatility, which is not something a lot of fuzzes can do. Its sound ranges from a Velcro-like texture to a creamier distortion. You can fine-tune the mids to better blend the fuzz in the mix. And the octave up function is not just a gimmick, it actually works really nicely. But most of all, I find this pedal inspiring to play with, which is always a good sign. Welcome back to the Weather Bass. This is not the first time we are reviewing a pedal from dpFX. We already had a look at the Echidna and the Acheron, both overdrive pedals. Do make sure to check out their reviews if you haven't already. I also own a splitter from the same builder that is custom made for me, and it has a foot switch to invert the phase of the second channel. So what's the deal with the octave then? Well, listen to this. It adds a layer of harmonic distortion an octave above. That's really useful for lead sounds, for example, or to give more of a singing voice to the bass. As I mentioned, another interesting feature of this pedal is the mids EQ. Let me read to you what the manual has to say about it. This is actually a sort of sweepable notch filter. At minimum position, the notch is at 214 Hz, and as you turn it clockwise, it moves higher in spectrum while smoothing out gradually. At maximum position, the notch is almost completely smoothed out with a slight dent at about 500 Hz. So what does that mean? Well, basically that you can clean up the mids to make the fuzz blend better with the other instruments in a mix. You can bypass it, resulting in a boost in the mids that makes this fuzz sound quite throaty. And although it's fun, it can sound too predominant for bass, which on the other hand could be cool for guitar. And that's why there's a switch to make this pedal more guitar friendly that tightens up the sound a bit. For example, I used it for the lead bass in the intro song. Now let's fiddle around with the knobs. I like more and more the two independent volumes for dry and wet signals instead of the typical blend and master volume knobs. The range of the gain is not the widest I heard, but yet it goes from a mid-gain overdrive to a high-gain fuzz. That sounds civilized, not too wild, and yet 100% usable for us bass players. Yeah, so I just came out of a rehearsal and I only brought the FUZZ-2 with me. And I was really surprised because it really holds its own as a straightforward overdrive pedal. So that was a lot of fun. And then I could always go into more fuzzy territory with the octave switch on And the fact that it has the two independent volumes is really great to keep on hearing the bass properly and adding that fuzzy tone to it. So awesome, really nice. I like the tone function too, from dark and muffled all the way to sharp and aggressive. There is a volume boost when the tone is turned all the way up, so you just have to lower the wet volume to compensate. And last but not least, this pedal is hand painted like all the others from the same builder, which makes it unique. With excellent components, top mounted jacks, and a price that is ridiculously affordable for this quality, 139 euros. Right, I'll leave you with a last question you might have. How well does it behave with another pedal in front of it or with a buffered signal? Well, although I did notice that it prefers a passive signal, it does work perfectly fine with an octave pedal in front of it, for example. See you around. Check out my Instagram account. Bye-bye.